Anonymous on Zoom?
Yeah.
Evening, ladies.
Evening.
Evening.
Betty not here yet?
Nah, she's gone back to her ex-boyfriend. I tried to tell her.
Oh, silly girl. That kind of behaviour just won't do. One of my girls going AWOL. We've all got to stick together, us girls. Now, before we start, I would just like to welcome a new member to Exes Anonymous, Wendy. Welcome, Wendy.
Welcome, Wendy.
Welcome, Wendy.
And remember, this is a non-judgmental, safe environment. We are all here to support each other. Now, who's going to go first? Now, don't be shy.
All right, I will. Well, my ex-boyfriend, he was called John.
Did he have a nice bum?
I never really noticed.
Oh, that's a pity. Carry on.
Well, he was so lazy. He used to leave his dirty plates around the flat and his dirty clothes on the floor.
Oh, how nice.
And he used to hog the TV remote, and I wasn't allowed to watch the TV programmes what I wanted to watch.
What? No EastEnders?
Nah, only football. And he used to cut me off when I was telling my friends a story, finishing the story for me.
I wouldn't have stood for that.
And there was lots of times when he was only pretending to listen to what I was saying.
What
When
were
I
you
was
saying,
talking about
Brenda?
things like, I was saying that he never listened. Anyway, I would say, I'm going to the shops. And when I got home, he'd ask me where I'd been.
And where had you been? Oh, yeah, to the shops.
If I sent him to the shops, right, he'd come back with everything but what I asked him to get.
I bet he didn't forget his beer.
Nah, he never forgot his beer. Do you know, he didn't even know how to do the washing up.
What? He didn't know how to use fairy liquid.
Oh, he had some dirty habits.
My ex used to put salt in his belly button and dip his chips in it.
If we had friends over and we was talking, he'd suddenly let rip really loudly and then grin as if nothing had happened.
My ex used to fart so loud it used to make our cat jump.
I used to ask him to take the rubbish out, right? But he wouldn't answer me. And then I'd say, I'm over the door. That soon got his attention.
I bet it did. You wasn't pregnant, was you?
Nah, God forbid. I think he was firing blanks. His willy was only that big.
Now, girls.
Oh. Also, he had this horrible habit of scratching his private parts as we was walking down the street.
My ex used to scratch his bum.
What? Oh.
And he'd always cut his toenails at the kitchen table.
You should have put his toenail clippings in his dinner.
And after he had a shave, he'd leave all the hair round the sink.
Dirty beast.
Yeah. Oh, yes. And he was always peeing on the toilet seat. And talking with his mouth full.
Oh, that was very rude.
Also, he had this bad habit of sneezing all over me. Oh.
Disgusting.
And he'd pick his nose and he'd flick the bogies at me.
Yeah. My ex used to eat his.
Oh.
I seem to have lost my appetite somehow. Now, who's going to be next? Now, don't be shy. Just take a deep breath and remember you're amongst friends here. And whatever you tell us won't go any further than this meeting.
I'll go.
Well done, Wendy. Give her the clap.
Well, I did my best with him.
I'm sure you did, but did he have a nice bum?
Oh, I don't remember.
It's not something you forget if he had a nice bum or not. I've met some lovely bums in the past.
Well, whatever I did, it was never enough. I used to bring him his slippers.
What?
Everything had to be spotlessly clean in the house.
You was like Cinderella.
I used to have all of his meals laid out for him when he came home from work.
I would have laced his food with poison.
But I don't know what I was doing wrong.
But you don't know what you was doing wrong.
My girlfriend said, I need to spice up my relationship. So I cooked him his favourite meal in the nude. And he just went out and had a curry. And all I got was a cold. But I don't know what I was doing wrong.
But you don't know what you was doing wrong.
I used to iron his shirts and polish his shoes so he looked nice when he went out. But he never took me out. He used to come home smelling of perfume. And when I told him I could smell perfume, he said I was imagining it.
Were you having trouble with your sinuses?
No. Anyway, he moved in with her next door. And she's got him properly trained. I see him hanging her knickers out on the washing line. And she's a size 24.
And you're as thin as Popeye's olive.
Anyway, she used to come round and play cards. And I caught them gazing into each other's eyes.
Love at first sight, eh?
Yes. I mean, no. Oh, I don't know what I was doing wrong.
But you don't know what you was doing wrong.
I tried everything. He was never happy. I could have satisfied him if he'd wanted me to.
Yes, of course you could have. Not.
I can be right sexy if I want to be.
I'm sure you can, my dear. Not.
The only thing he'd allow me to do was massage his ears.
Only his ears?
A smile would come across his face, and he'd make these whimpering sounds. Oh, 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 oh.
You sound like a bloody cat on heat.
But I don't know what I was doing wrong.
But you
you
don't
know what
was
you was
doing
doing wrong.
Doormat springs to mind.
What?
He was using you like a doormat.
Who was?
Oh, never mind. Now, who's going to be next? A problem shared is a problem halved. Who's it going to be?
I will.
Well done, Susie. She who dares wins.
Well, my ex-boyfriend was called Tristan.
Did he have a nice bum? Was it tight?
Oh, yes, very tight.
Oh, well, tell us more. I'm starting to drool.
Well, I took him in as a lodger and I put him in the spare room, thinking something might, develop.
Yes. And yes, go on.
Oh, but he was so beautiful to look at.
Beautiful. Or do you mean sexy?
Wow, both beautiful and sexy.
Very sexy.
Very, very sexy.
Very, very sexy.
Very, very, very sexy. I didn't charge him any rent though, because, well, I thought he fancied me.
Oh, how could he not have fancied you?
Well, I used to get all dressed up in my sexy gear, but he'd just stand there, filing his nails.
Oh, what a waste. Not.
Oh, he had lovely nails, much nicer than mine. Mine are all broke.
That reminds me. I've got to get my nails done.
He would spend hours in the bathroom, washing his hair and shaving his legs.
Shaving his legs.
Yeah, he even put rollers in his hair at one point.
My hair looks like I've been through a hedge backwards.
Pink rollers?
Pink rollers.
Yeah, he walked around the house with these pink rollers in his hair and this purple silk dressing gown.
Purple silk dressing gown. I've only got a cheap one from Primark.
Come to think of it, he was a bit of a prima donna. He used to have a male masseur once a week.
Oh, I could do with one of them. I'm so stiff.
I'd set up the massage table for him in the front room. I don't know what the neighbours thought when they walked past, you see. I didn't have any curtains up.
What? No curtains?
I did wonder why they gave me funny looks.
It's a wonder they didn't call the police.
Well, I think he was a bit of an exhibitionist.
I think he was more than an exhibitionist, dear.
But the smells that used to come through the keyhole of the essential oils, they were overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
At least until he blocked it up. The cold in my right eye got a lot better then.
That will teach you spying on people. Did you see anything?
Nah.
Oh, that's a pity.
Looking back on it though, him and his friends, they always used to talk about their favourite movie star, someone called Judy Garland.
Not Doc Cotton.
We never had any sexual contact. When I asked him about it, he told me he was saving me for a special occasion. I felt like one of them fancy bottles of port they only bring out at Christmas.
Or a cracker he only pulls at Christmas.
He was always watching these ballet videos, but he was only ever interested in the male ballet dancers. He'd sit there next to me on the settee and he'd go, nudge me like that and go, oh, look at that Rudolf Nureyev doing those pirouettes.
Pirouette. I can't even do a paz.
He had lots of male friends, but I don't think he was gay. I mean, I would have known if he was gay. Nah, he wasn't gay.
No, he wasn't gay. Not. Now, who's next? Who's next? Oh, it must be Penny. You're the only one left. Come on, Penny. Do you want to spend a penny? Penny.
No, I'm just nervous.
Well, I met my ex-boyfriend at the library in between the section on World War One and World War Two.
Oh, how romantic. But did he have
Did he have a nice
bum?
Bum! Bum!
Now, girls, settle down. Well, did he
What?
have a nice bum?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Uh,
He offered to walk me home and carry my books.
ooh, tell us more.
He walked me to my door, but I couldn't let him in. Mother doesn't approve of boys.
Very wise, your mother.
My mother said they'll promise you the whole world if you let them. You know what?
Shag you mean?
Yes. But he was always sending me poems. Roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet.
I want to screw you.
Yes. And he used to come round and ask Mother if he could take our dog for a walk, just so he could get close to me.
Sure he didn't fancy the dog?
One day he came round and called my name through the letterbox, but Mother pushed her feather duster through the letterbox and poked him in the eye. After that, I think Mother felt sorry for him because she started to let him in to see me.
Ooh, tell us more.
Well, he used to blow me kisses from across the room when Mother wasn't looking.
Oh, how very daring of him.
And once, when we were sat on the settee together, he started blowing in my ear.
Pity it wasn't his tongue.
Oh, he was always trying to get close to me, but I used to push him off because of his bad breath. Oh, it smelt of garlic.
Maybe he was a vampire. Ooh.
He was always putting his hands where he shouldn't. He was like a bloody octopus. I had to fight him off.
I'm coming to get you.
When Mother went out, he said, "Shall we have a bath together?" "But I'm not dirty," I said.
No, you're as pure as driven snow.
He was a baker's assistant, and one day he brought some biscuits we baked, but in the shape of a peanut. I just dumped them in my tea, but the end fell off.
That's happened to me a few times.
It's happened to me too.
He said, "Can we go sunbathe on a nudist beach?" I said, "What in this country? I'd catch pneumonia."
I bet you would look like a piece of bleached driftwood naked.
One thing he did say, which I liked, he used to say I had beautiful knees.
I bet he wasn't only looking at your knees.
Oh, he used to take me to the cinema to watch those saucy films.
Ooh la la. Films like Develop.
Couldn't believe my eyes, the things they got up to.
Like what?
Wow, all that Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty.
Well, when we got home, Mum had gone to bed, so he peeled a banana.
A banana.
Yes, a banana. And he put the banana in his mouth and expected me to stop nibbling from the other end until we met in the middle. But the banana would always break.
Are you sure he wasn't just hungry?
I don't know. But one thing I did let him do when Mother was out.
Wow. What was that?
I'd let him suck my toes.
Your toes?
Oh, I like that. And he seemed to like it too.
You don't say.
I could always tell, because he'd go boss-eyed. My toes are a bit hairy, but he don't seem to mind.
Hairy.
Harry?
Hairy. Ugh. Don't you shave them like I do?
No. Well, one night he stayed over and he slept on the settee. It's in the middle of the night. He crept upstairs to find my bedroom. She went into Mother's bedroom and he tapped her on the shoulder.
Oh no.
When Mother turned around, he got the fright of his life. She had her hair curlers in and a face pack on.
That will teach him.
After that, he was barred from coming round, and I never heard from him again. I miss him so much.
Oh, come on. There's plenty more fish in the sea. Oh, my goodness. Is that the time? I've got to get my boyfriend's tea ready. If I don't have it on the table by the time he gets home from work, he'll be very angry. Besides, if I play my cards right tonight, I might be in for a rumble in the jungle. Ooh.